Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Talk podcast. So, did you know that women truly have a hard time being happy for someone else who is doing better than them in whatever the case may be in life? Someone who has a better job, someone who earns more, someone who looks better, someone who has achieved certain things that they are comparing themselves to. And we as women, we really have a hard time being genuinely happy for someone else. And this is quite big when it comes to women sharing that joyful feeling for one another, because we are very competitive. And when people talk about genders and trying to understand the competitive nature, we mostly look at men. Yes, men are very competitive, but in a different manner. So men would actually put themselves out there and trying to come against one another, but also understand when they lose. They can accept it and they can even share the joyful moment with the other person that they're in competition with. But for women, it's different. We tend to get very resentful, jealous, and just kind of a bit bitter about it. There are so many reasons why we do that, because as a woman, you have to be quite competitive, especially being competitive amongst other women, towards other women, because you are the weaker gender and you are the one who's getting pregnant, and you need to compete for the best position and for the best men. So when you put yourself around other women, you need to kind of stand out. So a lot of the times when women love to say, oh, women supporting women, that's not always true. We see this nature when there's a new group of women tapping into a friends group. The competition, the way we look at each other, the way we talk about each other is not always positive. But we also see it with friendships that have actually been established, that once the other person is becoming better in life, achieving certain things, we tend to resent them because we are comparing their achievements with what we are lacking. So why am I saying this? I am talking about this because the next video that I'm going to show talks a bit about this topic, about the jealous feeling that women have towards someone else achieving and moving on in a positive way in their life, when you, on the other hand, are not doing that. And in this case, it's women towards men. And that's also proven that women in general have a very resentful nature towards people who are doing better than them. And yes, amongst women, it's very high, but you can also find that in the opposite sex, meaning a woman can be very resentful and jealous towards a man. So I'm going to play the video and then I'm going to continue with my commentary.
I'm having a bit of a tough day today, so I thought that I'd share that. Even though I'm the person who initiated the divorce, I'm feeling some jealousy because my ex is really out there working it. Not necessarily that he's looking for a girlfriend, but he's definitely working on building his social network. And that includes women. And even though I don't want to be with him anymore in that way, it still triggers jealousy and pain.
So you have seen and heard what she had to say in the short clip. And to me, it is quite interesting because a lot of the times when we talk about divorces, when you hear people talking about divorces, a lot of women want to take away the fact that we are the ones who are, in most of the cases, initiating the divorce, the separation. You will find that with situations where young people are in a relationship and one day the girl is going to wake up, or she's actually been detached from it for months, but then one day she's going to wake up and she's going to break up with you. And most of the time it's not even something really big, it's just a feeling that she's been having. And you would hear women saying, well, it was boring, or the expectations that I had were not, coming across the way I would want it to. Or they would tell themselves that they deserve more, or they deserve better, and the grass is always greener on the other side. Come to find out that that's not always the case. Sometimes you would hear some women talking about abuse in the relationship, and I am not the person to judge what other people are going through or what they experience and think or say was abusive. But nowadays we do hear this a lot: toxic, abusive. And I generally believe if you are in a bad environment where someone is harming you physically, where someone is danger to themselves and to you and even the children, when someone has drug abuse and all those things that we all would understand as dangerous, you should be able to leave that relationship. And I also think that you should get the police, the law involved, because what I would see a lot of women do online is talking about these so-called toxic and abusive situations, but they never report it. They never look for help. So basically, you're just making a statement without no proof. And if it's not proven, it's hard for people to believe you. And also, if it's not even true, if it turns out not to be true, you purposely ruined someone else's reputation. But I think I'm sliding off topic a bit. So let's take her video clip and just dig deep of what she said. She initiated the divorce. She didn't explain why, but she chose to leave the marriage. And now it seems like her husband, her ex-husband, is moving on with his life. He's socializing, he's working on himself, he's meeting new people, and sooner or later, he's also going to meet new and different women. He might also get into a new relationship. It seems like he's having fun. And for her, on the other hand, the way she looks, I'm sorry, this is an assumption right now, she doesn't really look that happy. She looks quite miserable. And she doesn't even want to be with him. But I genuinely believe the whole issue she's having is this comparison with, why is it that he is able to have so much fun, to move on, to socialize with people, to keep working on himself, and I am just here. I am sure she thought she would initiate the divorce and, she's going to get attention from men. She's going to meet new people. She's going to have new friends. She's going to have a whole different experience of life, and it's going to be positive. But this is also something that a lot of women don't know, because we don't talk about this, because we have followed the bubble of, you can have whatever you want, you can do whatever you want, and you have endless options. But it's not true. The likelihood of you tapping into the single life, into the dating world in older age as a woman is not the same as it is for men, especially if it's a man who's taking care of his physique, he's taking care of his finance, he's outgoing, he's fun to be around. He's going to have a very easy time finding himself connecting with other people. While for you, as women as we are naturally quite picky, it's going to be hard for you to adapt from your used and like your situation that you're used to and that you've known for so long, to suddenly tap into the world and think everything is just going to come for you. So I think what has happened in her mind is she created a fantasy of what is, but turned out it's not the case. And now she's jealous about it. She's not happy for him, even though she's the one who initiated the divorce. She doesn't even want to be with him. She doesn't even care to be with him. But the whole issue that she's facing is that he is happy and she's not. And there are a lot of videos where you see women talking about this, because nowadays people don't keep their business to themselves anymore. Like, you just go to the internet and you share it with the whole world, and then you're surprised when, people comment about it or have an opinion about it, whatever. But you would find so many women talking about this experience that they would break up or divorce, thinking that they have so many options, that the doors of life is just open to them, but it doesn't work. And why? It's because a lot of the times you are not working on yourself. You're still the same person you were before, just single, and you think the world was waiting for you. You think the men out there were waiting for you. You think everything is just going to happen as easy as it used to when you were in your 20s. But now you're 50 plus. So the expectations you have and reality are clashing, and it's hard to deal with that. For women, it's definitely hard. However, guys, I hope you enjoy. See you in the next one. Bye.